You mentioned the possibility of nuclear war. I'm watching what's going on in the conflict in Europe, Ukraine, Russia, and NATO and the United States. Do you agree that Putin has ambitions that extend beyond the Donbass? Are you comfortable with the billions of dollars that we are providing to fuel this conflict?
Part of the problem here is that we need what you noted. We need a broad-ranging, robust, truth-seeking conversation about both the background and context as well as the present moment. Gorbachev was a towering figure in the 20th century, that he was promised that NATO would not move 1 inch. NATO has been an instrument of U.S. global power. There's no doubt about that. Now, when you look at the present moment and you move forward a few decades, what do you see? 14 former Soviet countries, part of NATO, right on the border of the wounded Russian Empire with its shrinking economy and its insecure elites. Now, United States is an empire too, that we talk. If there were missiles in Mexico, missiles in California, Russian missiles, the United States would blow it into smithereens the same day because empires behave that way. Now, if I say that on television, they say, Brother West, you're anti-American. No, I'm not. Not at all. I'm trying to tell the truth about how empires behave. And therefore, the extension and expansion of NATO was a kind of provocation. It's not the only factor that explains, but it was a kind of provocation. And the juxtaposition between the U.S. empire, which is the mightiest empire in the history of the world, and the wounded Russian empire, there's no equivalency there. But I keep track of the imperial ends and aims of both. And I'm in deep solidarity with the suffering of my precious Ukrainian brothers and sisters who are caught in the middle of this proxy war between the U.S. empire and the Russian. As it escalates, it is a road to nuclear exchange and holocaust. And I am, like you, very, very much concerned. But we don't have enough self-criticism in the U.S. press about the United States reneging on its promise. When you say or do something like that, people think you're downplaying the plight of Ukrainians, or people think that somehow you are just a talking head for Putin. You say, no. We keep track of a critique of both. And we saw the militarization of the police intensify under Barack Obama and under Eric Holder. The militarizing sensibilities that are more and more manifest with the gun violence. Violence is the first thing to go to anytime you're feeling down as a first resort to conflict. You militarize abroad. You think you can invade Iraq and kill 500,000 people, not say a mumbling word about an Iraqi life, when an Iraqi life has exactly the same value as an American life. You think you can go to war in Vietnam and Afghanistan for 20 years, spend trillions of dollars, and think that doesn't have some impact on the spirit and soul of your nation? And we can go on in that regard. The invasions and occupations of so many other places. It could be in Panama, Grenada. So there is a spiritual connection between being an empire where, military expenditure of the United States is more than the next 10 countries combined. You say, well, my God. We've got a connection between domestic and foreign policy at a moral and spiritual level that strikes back at us. So when we begin to think more and more, it really is just about military might. We're right back to Thrasymachus in Plato's Republic, where Socrates has to respond to Thrasymachus, what? Might does not make right. Power does not dictate morality. And we know all empires come and go. They come and go. Why? Because of military overreach, corruption of elites, citizens feeling helpless and powerless, turning on each other, scapegoating the most vulnerable rather than confronting the most powerful. Here comes the legacy of Martin Luther King, Fannie Lou Hamer. Here comes Ella Baker saying what? We are as American as those American bombs, just like Louis Armstrong and Aretha Franklin and Curtis Mayfield are as American as those American bombs. America, you need to be reintroduced to the best of yourself. That's what this candidacy is about. One moment, like a wave, a little small wave in an ocean. It goes all the way back to Harriet Tubman. It goes all the way back to Frederick Douglass. It goes all the way back to the Loury family on the South Side. of Chicago, and we ain't got to the church life yet.